Chester Henrickson suffered brain damage during birth and only lived for 1 day. Hours earlier, his mother Nitaya had died from a heart attack after complications during the labour. For Carl Henrickson, it was an unimaginable loss. Carl's already seen hospital staff criticised for what was called a lethal mix of incompetence and denial. Now, years later, a report highlights failings in how the Nursing and Midwifery Council dealt with concerns and complaints that were being raised.
I was crushed when I lost my soulmate, my son, and I needed someone to look at the hospital. I turned to them for help. They were the people who should have regulated this process and they should have done something. And I now learned this week that actually they were part of the problem.
The Professional Standards Authority report says that when Cumbria Police provided a list of cases raising concern, the NMC appears to have taken no action on the list for almost 2 years. It reveals some of the midwives identified by police were subsequently involved in adverse events at the hospital, that opportunities to pursue potentially serious concerns were missed, and that delays by the NMC meant staff who were subsequently suspended or struck off continued to practice. It says individuals did not analyse cases properly and that the NMC adopted a defensive approach.
I don't think we can say that the delays caused deaths, but we can say that additional deaths occurred while the investigations were going on. And if those midwives had been removed from practice, then perhaps those deaths would not have happened.
The NMC, whose chief executive is stepping down, declined our request for an interview, but say what happened was unacceptable and that they are now a very different organisation. That hasn't convinced Health Secretary Jeremy Hunt, who told us, whilst the NMC has improved since then, it clearly still needs a massive culture change so that families feel they are being genuinely listened to and not just made part of a process. Then and only then will the public be confident that learning has happened following a tragedy. Today, Carl received an email apology from the NMC.
It's quite hurtful that they think they can just apologise after 9 years. They've had to wait until a report has come out which has exposed them for them to offer this empty apology, which is meaningless, and I do not accept it. The NMC needs abolishing. There can be no public confidence left in anyone who works at the NMC.
Understandable strength of feeling from someone who's lost so much. Peter Lane, 5 News.